Ozone Day, September 6th, was designated by the United Nations General Assembly as the International Day for the Preservation of the Ozone Layer. This designation had been made on December 19, 2000. In commemoration of this date, in 1987, the nations signed the Montreal Protocol on substances that deplete the ozone layer. What is ozone? Without life on Earth would not be possible without sunlight. But the energy flowing from the sun would be too much for the life on Earth to try, were it not for the ozone layer.
Here's a picture explaining how the ozone layer works and where it is situated. What is the hole in the ozone? Man-made chemicals containing halogens were determined to be the main cause of ozone loss. These chemicals are collectively known as ozone-depleting substances or ODSs. ODSs were used in literally thousands of products in people's daily lives around the world. Here's a picture explaining the ozone layer depletion.
Protecting the ozone layer. We know what the ozone layer is with Aparna's PPT. It acts as an invisible shield and protects us from the harmful ultraviolet rays. Let's see how it's destroyed. There's an ultraviolet light that the sun emits. It is completely absorbed by the oxygen molecules and it doesn't reach Earth. The balance between the natural process of the ozone production and destruction maintains a consistent ozone concentration in the stratosphere. The animation shows the destruction of an ozone molecule by a chlorine atom. UV radiation breaks a chlorine atom of a CFC molecule. The chlorine atom breaks an ozone molecule apart into an oxygen molecule, O2, and a chlorine monoxide molecule, CiO. A free oxygen atom bumps the chlorine atom out, forming an oxygen molecule. This leaves the chlorine atom free to attack and destroy another ozone molecule. The image here above the graph shows a view of the South Pole in October over time, including measurements taken in the past in 1971 and 2017, and model projections of the ozone over the area for 2041 and 2065. The graph shows the average minimum ozone over Antarctica in October.
5 kilometers above Earth's surface, a gas called ozone surrounds the planet. The ozone layer acts as a barrier between Earth and ultraviolet radiation from the sun. However, pollution has caused the ozone layer to thin, exposing life on Earth to dangerous radiation. Earth's atmosphere is made up of 6 layers. The second layer, called the stratosphere, contains the ozone layer. The ozone layer is made up of a highly reactive molecule called ozone, which contains 3 oxygen atoms. Ozone is a trace gas in the atmosphere. There are only about 3 molecules for every 10 million molecules of air. But it does a very important job. The ozone layer acts as Earth's sunscreen. absorbing about 98% of damaging ultraviolet or UV light. But the ozone layer has gotten thinner. Chemicals called chlorofluorocarbons, or CFCs, are the primary culprits in ozone layer breakdown. A CFC is a molecule that contains the elements carbon, chlorine, and fluorine. CFCs are mostly found in refrigerants, aerosols, and plastic products. When CFCs are exposed to ultraviolet rays in the atmosphere, they break down into substances that include chlorine. The chlorine reacts with the oxygen atoms in ozone and rips apart the ozone molecule. Areas of damage in the ozone layer are often called ozone holes, but that name is misleading. Ozone layer damage is more like a thin patch, with the thinnest areas near the poles. The ozone layer above the Antarctic in particular has been impacted by pollution since the mid-1980s. There, the region's low temperatures speed up the conversion of CFCs to ozone-damaging chlorine. About 90% of CFCs currently in the atmosphere were emitted by industrialized countries in the Northern Hemisphere. In 1989, the Montreal Protocol banned the production of ozone-depleting substances. Since then, the amount of chlorine and other ozone-depleting elements in the atmosphere have been falling. Scientists estimate that chlorine levels will return to their natural state in about 50 years. By then, the Antarctic ozone hole will shrink to smaller than 8 million square miles.
Hope this video would have given you some information about what is the where is the ozone present and what is the how the depletion has caused and how the Antarctic Ocean has been affected in the past few years with the statistics data and what are the chemical that causes ozone depletion and this video would have given you some information. Okay, so now I have got the come to the last part of the ozone, like what is the effect of ozone. Some part of the point has been covered by Asmi. Asmi has said that how to avoid ozone, I mean particles. So what are the effect of ozone depletion? So as a human being, we have to undergo all these side effects. Skin cancer, so exposure to the ultraviolet ray in the sun's radiation will cause skin cancers. It will lead to a lot of eye diseases, and not only our skin or eyes, it will lead to the overall health of the human being also will be affected. And apart from the human being, it's also going to affect the environment. It will damage the food crop production, affect the life on the land and the life on below the water, aquatic animals and plants, and the entire ecosystem. So this is the impact of the ozone depletion. Okay, so of course, how to protect it? See, we have already damaged the ozone layer. We cannot go and pack it up because it's not like a hole in the wall. It's the hole in the ozone layer. What happened is happened. So how to protect it? So as Asmi suggested, including in addition to that, we have to use refrigerators and coolants without chlorofluorocarbon. Chlorofluorocarbon is one of the major culprit which causes the ozone depletion. So we have to be conscious enough to look into the products and see whether it is without CFCs. And next one is building materials. Some of the building material contain foam. You could have seen in the video, which are used as insulating material. Again, it is one of the major cause of ozone depletion that should be avoided. Aerosol. Everywhere, every house has got aerosols and inhalers. People who are suffering from pulmonary diseases, they use inhaler. Or in those cases, also we use of material containing chlorofluorocarbon. That should be replaced by something which is eco-friendly. And pesticides. When it comes to the plants, we use. And finally, we have got some posters with slogan done by our students of grade 8 and grade 9. And this is done by this is by Malika. She says that Earth without ozone is like a house without a roof. If we don't have roof, can we live in that house? Same way. If we don't have ozone layer, we cannot live in that place. Next, this is done by the Prerna. Prerna want to show where is the ozone layer, the different layers of the atmosphere, so which you have already studied in lower classes. And this is by Devi of grade 8. She wants to say to convey to everyone through her poster, Happy World Ozone Day. Ozone, not just a layer, but a protector. So she wants to see ozone is not a layer, it is a layer which is going to protect our life. Okay, yeah, so this is one thing. And finally, do we have Shresht?
What is the chemical formula of ozone?
Yes, everyone? What's the chemical formula of ozone?
O2.
Ozone, the good attempt. Anyone
O,
else?
sorry, O3.
Very good, superb. Yes, carry on, next questions.
When is Ozone Day celebrated?
When is Ozone Day celebrated? Yes, come on, participation from everyone. Come on.
2021.
When is Ozone Day celebrated? Yes,
2021.
21 September 16th. Okay, every year, see, every year we celebrate on September 16th. The 2021. Actually, it should have been separated yesterday. Yeah, fine. Next, ask me next question.
What is the name of the protocol to save ozone layer?
Which is the first protocol which was put forth to save the ozone layer? Anyone? Yes? It's called as Montreal Protocol, right? That is the first one. You could have seen the video. Menaka Gandhi of India also, she was signing that. So it's a Montreal Protocol in 1987. So it was done it. Yeah, next question.
Which chemical depletes the ozone?
Which chemical depletes the ozone, which is a major culprit for making holes in the ozone?
I think Shivani
Yes,
raised her.
Shivani. Yes, Shivani.
SFCs.
CF. Very good. It's chlorofluorocarbon. In short, it called as CFCs. Yes. Yeah. The final one, yes, that's me.
Which ray of sunlight are harmful?
Which rays of sunlight are harmful? You know, sunlight has got different type of rays. So which rays are harmful?
Ma'am,
Yes. Yes, I'm
good
done
evening.
with this. Yeah. So this which rays? Ultraviolet rays. You have got UV visible, right? So ultraviolet rays of sunlight are harmful. So we have to protect ourselves. Okay. Yeah.